All right, so this is your Monday weekly impact weather briefing. It's going to cover Monday through Sunday. It's going to be February 24th through March 2nd. All right. So, thanks. All right, so, all right, so, is it not working? Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so a much quieter week this week than we had last week. It's going to be pretty dry and relatively mild through at least midweek. We're going to have above average temperatures through today through Thursday, and we'll kind of get into nitty gritty of that in just a minute. So the best chance for precipitation is going to be late Thursday into early Friday when we have a frontal passage come through. It's going to be roughly between a quarter to a half inch on the high side of rain possible with this frontal passage. We're not really expecting too much heavy rainfall with this. As far as river flooding is concerned, all the rivers in central and eastern Virginia are now below flood as of this morning or as of today. As far as marine weather goes, we're going to have pretty benign marine conditions through midweek. The best shot at small craft conditions is going to be Thursday night into Friday morning as that front moves through and as high pressure builds in behind it. So those are just some of the highlights. All right, so looking at this week's weather pattern, high pressure is going to be the dominant feature through at least midweek. As you can see here, as we get into late week, you can see this is going to be the front that it will have passed through on Thursday. So that will be on Friday. So you're going to have cooler air moving in by late week. And by the weekend, there is another chance for a front to move through, but that one looks to be a lot drier than the one that's going to be late week. So once again, best shot of precipitation is going to be on Thursday. And looking at the forecast precipitation, there really does not look to be too much in the way of rainfall, aside from the front that we've talked about. So the best chance is going to be for Thursday. That is going to bring roughly a quarter of an inch to most of the region. All right, talking about high temperatures. Above average high temperatures are going to start basically today. We're going to be in the 50s to near 60 in most locations. By Tuesday, we will likely see some areas actually reaching 70 degrees with the southerly flow. That'll help propel it up to about 70 degrees in some locations. And in the eastern shore, you're going to probably have still some upper 50s, mid to upper 50s. Elsewhere. So by Wednesday, we will have some onshore flow. So the coastal areas, looking at Cape Charles, even in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, you're going to see anywhere between a 5 to 10 degree temperature drop, but inland areas will still remain in the mid to upper 60s. And heading into Thursday, ahead of the front, we're going to have more southerly flow, so that will increase temperatures once again. To a lot of locations, might actually see 70 this time. But looking at Friday, we will have some cold air advection moving in, so temperatures will be lower in the mid 50s, lower to mid 50s, and likely the upper 40s on the eastern shore. So it's kind of the same with the low temperatures. You're going to see basically mid to upper 30s to near 40s in some locations for Tuesday and Wednesday. And by Thursday, you're still going to have that southerly flow, so you're going to have pretty high low temperatures before the front, and then they will drop off after the front passes on Friday. For the probability of precipitation, there's once again really one shot at rain this week, and that's going to be starting basically Thursday afternoon for the western areas and heading into Friday early Friday morning for the far eastern areas. Okay. As far as marine hazards go, there really isn't too much to talk about. The likelihood of gusts is pretty low, even in the ocean areas for through at least Wednesday. And so the marine hazards, there's really not too much in the way of marine hazards until you get into Wednesday night, into Thursday through Thursday night, and Friday. And that's once again going to be once the front comes through and high pressure starts to build in. So these are a look at the max wind gusts through Thursday. So really on the lower side of things. So you might see some 19, 20 knot gusts and seas between, or I guess waves in the bay of around 2 feet and seas of 3 to potentially 5 feet. So actually for the first part of the week, seas are going to be pretty calm almost, with seas of 1 to 2 feet everywhere. And then small craft conditions are possible Thursday through Friday. For the max wind speed forecast, here's basically anywhere between 5 to 10 for most locations through Wednesday. And by Wednesday evening, that's when winds are going to start to pick up. And the same goes for waves. So see 1 to 2. And then by Thursday, you might start seeing at least some 5 foot in the ocean, but still largely between 2 to 4. In most locations. As far as the drought goes, it looks like most of the area or in the Piedmont area, there is no drought concerns. And the coastal areas, excluding the Middle Peninsula and Northern Neck, they are going to be in the abnormally dry conditions with a moderate drought in the Northern Neck and everything, including the Eastern Shore and parts of northeastern North Carolina. That's as of February 18th. All right, and just looking ahead to next week, temperatures look to be closer to near normal. This is going to be after the cold front coming in on both Thursday and Saturday, so that'll just kind of bring temperatures back closer to normal. And then looking at the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, we are slightly above average expectations for precipitation chances for next week. And we'll wrap it up just kind of highlighting everything once again, just expecting pretty quiet weather and warmer weather through at least midweek before a cold frontal passage comes and brings a chance of rain on late Thursday into early Friday. All rivers flooding has subsided, and we're expecting pretty benign marine weather conditions through at least Thursday or Friday, where small craft conditions are possible after the cold fronts. Okay, I think that's about it. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. All right, not seeing any questions, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up, and everyone have a great Monday.